The clock on the wall ticked softly, blending into the hum of the fluorescent lights above. It was the middle of a Tuesday night, and the diner was almost empty. A couple of truckers sat at the counter, and in the far corner booth, a man in his early 30s nursed yet another cup of black coffee. He'd been there for hours, his presence so unremarkable that most would overlook him. But not her. The young waitress, a girl barely out of her teens, moved through the diner with practiced ease, her blonde ponytail swaying with each step. She had noticed him the moment he walked in, quiet, well-mannered, and seemingly lost in his own thoughts. He was the kind of man who blended into the background, the kind who wouldn't raise suspicion if he went missing. And that thought thrilled her. She approached his booth with a smile, offering him a refill. He nodded, barely glancing at her, and she poured the coffee, her eyes lingering on him just a moment longer than necessary. As she moved away, she couldn't help but let her mind wander, imagining how easy it would be to lure him into a trap. She had done it before. Men like him were always the easiest, lonely, unassuming, and eager for a connection. She perfected the art of appearing vulnerable, of playing the part of the sweet, naive girl who just needed a little help. It was a game to her, one that always ended the same way. By the time they realized they were the prey, it was already too late. The thought of it sent a thrill down her spine. She imagined him following her after her shift, maybe to a secluded spot she would suggest, somewhere they wouldn't be disturbed. She could already see the look in his eyes when he realized what was happening, the fear that would replace the polite indifference he showed now. As she moved through the motions of her job, she found herself daydreaming about how the night might end. She had a few hours left on her shift, and that was more than enough time to plan. Maybe she'd invite him for a drink, or pretend her car wouldn't start. Men always fell for that one. The more she thought about it, the more she was certain, by dawn, he would be dead. He didn't know it yet, but he was just another victim waiting to be claimed. She smiled to herself, knowing that this quiet, well-mannered man had walked into the wrong diner tonight. He wouldn't be walking out.